Bishop Brennan enjoys going into the classroom each year. His message this year was discussing the Catholic justification of war theory.
In terms of Hamas,
The students got the opportunity to ask questions of their own to the bishop.
Do you have a favorite Bible story by any chance?
a favorite Bible story. I love the scriptures. There's one passage I really do appreciate. It's the end of chapter 11 of Matthew's Gospel, and Jesus says, I've often used it at funerals or with my own thinking. Jesus says, "Come to me, all of you who are heavily burdened, and I will refresh you."
Aniah, Maltony, and Trina developed questions to learn more from Bishop Brennan.
How did you receive your calling to become a priest?
Well, in my senior year of high school, the parish priest, I went to, teenagers went to, a lot of us went to confession with some regularity. And he just asked me one Saturday afternoon in confession, I ever thought of being a priest? I hadn't thought about it. But I started thinking about it, because I loved my church, I'd been involved in it and so on, And then I went to college, and there were a lot of really bright young people at that college. And I found, though, that in our conversations, almost no one brought up faith, religion, God, And I just found myself kind of that I was trying to bring those things up, that I found myself wanting to speak for God, all right? So the idea of maybe I think about being a priest, so that thought developed. And in the end, when I graduated, I decided to go to a seminary to figure that maybe could find out there whether I was meant to be a priest or not.
What do you like about visiting the schools?
Well, I enjoy seeing what our young people are doing, hearing what they're accomplishing in their schools, but also what they're thinking, how they relate their faith to daily life, get some idea of that in visiting the schools. I enjoy visiting the schools. It's really a pleasure to be with our young people around the state.
What do you like most about being a bishop?
Well, actually, the school visits are very much part of that I enjoy. Confirmations, I have one tonight up in Chester, Sacred Heart Parish in Chester, And those are kind of happy times, or parish festivals. Last Sunday, I was with Sunday of the previous week, St. Margaret Mary Parish in Parkersburg. It was the 100th anniversary. Well, we had a wonderful Mass, beautiful music, it was just a glorious moment. And then with a nice reception afterwards, really a real pleasure to be with them. And that makes up for the hard things, because I wear the cross because it reminds me that their problems, whatever, I'm going to probably have to deal with it. But the good times make up for the bad.
What are your views on the Wheeling homeless situation?
Homeless people, first of all, are people, all right? And we have to try to respond to their needs. I mean, Jesus Christ taught us to love our neighbors ourselves, right? Well, okay, then you try to help. Think about homeless. You don't have a place to go at night to go to bed. You don't have a bed. You don't have a home. That's a pretty awful situation to be in. So I think we need to do something to help them. Our Catholic Charities organization, we're very willing to work with the city, as are some other not-for-profit groups, Salvation Army, YWCA, others, to help homeless people. I do encourage the city officials to recognize that this is part of their responsibility too. It may be one of those crosses that they would rather not have to deal with, but it's part of when you're elected official, you've got to deal with those things. So I, as a member of the church, and I want to say ours do our part to help the homeless. At the same time, the city has to do its part as well, and we have to work together.